Hey guys, do you guys remember this job? Is the one that I did the LEDs for the dock about 3 years ago? Well, I'm back here again. And no, it's not what you guys think. It didn't burn, it didn't go bad, it had nothing to do with what I did. So stay tuned, because we're gonna go ahead and increase the lights to 196 feet all around the dock. So stay tuned for the video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to upgrade to, we had 2 power supplies in here and it was 12 volts, and because I didn't have enough power to find in 12 volt, because I needed about a 500-600, so I double it up. But now what we're doing is we're actually changing it up. The customer was pleased with the job that I did about 3 years ago. Unfortunately, because of the tide comes up 3 times a year over the dock, and it kind of messed up some of the lights. They're hanging and all that, and you can see that on almost every dock. So I don't know if you can see that, how it's hanging. Yeah, stuff like that. You can see over here. You can see over here, there's some LED lights that are just hanging, so it happens to all. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to make sure that I secure it with more secure tabs, in order to withstand, hopefully, this high tide that comes through here in the future. But she also wants more lights. She wants me to triple what I put before, and that's what we're gonna do. But this time we're going with 24 volts, because it can give you, it's less amperage to go out. So we're gonna go with 24 volts instead of 12, and that means I was able to find power supplies for each one. So we're gonna have 3 power supplies, 3 stations, 3 controllers, and one remote to control all 3 stations, which is nice. So let's go ahead and see what I got here. See, I had the 2 power supplies, and I had the 4 controllers that control 16 feet of LEDs. So that's why the 4. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I am going to use this box for the other side, and we're going to go ahead and put the new one here. If you guys remember, I drilled these holes and I put a little screen on there. Same thing, I put a screen there so bugs won't come in, but at least air can come in and out. And this was a solar light that it kind of disguises my holes, but it's vented here, so then the hot air can move around and so forth. I did the same thing for the new one, as you can see there. Same brand. It's just, it was a few dollars more this time than last time. So this will be the remote that they're going to be using. Like I said, it has, let me see here. It actually has 8 stations. It can control up to 8 different remotes. We're going to put this to the side here. And there you go. That's my setup. Left it so I can get some air. We got the vent there. I was going to do another one on this side, but I think one's fine. Same thing, we did the underneath exactly the same as the other one, so they can have some air. I think I put slightly a little bigger holes. Got the 2 cords going down. This here will connect to the rows of LEDs that I got coming. I have to drill a hole here to accommodate that pipe. Put that one and that one. Since we're only using 2, all we need is 2 screws. This is the top. try to put it in the same hole, have the right same distance. So that's secure there, and that's what the new one looks like. Again, this is 24 volts, and we're using 360 watts per section, and this little thing can handle the amount of lights that I'm going to be put on each one. So this is a uni bit. I'm just drilling so I can be able to fit this pipe in. There it is. I can go ahead, put this in. I'm going to feed these wires simply so I can put the new wires tied up to this and pull it through. I'm not going to use all of them, but I'm putting them all in. You can have a jet line put in here, but since I already have these wires, might as well take advantage of it, use it. So the only difference is that my new one, I think it's either 3/4 of an inch pipe. This one's a little bit smaller. This is a 1/2 inch. Again, I made it bigger than the other one because the amount of wires. Let me see here. Making some adjustment here. I forgot that this particular station is going to have more wires, so instead of this 1/2 inch pipe, I'm actually going to put 3/4. So I'm going to replace this whole thing in order to put my 3/4 of an inch pipe in here, just to make the hole a little bit bigger for my wires. So here it is, guys. I changed it to 3/4. I went ahead and put my clamp on here, and as you can see, and really it's not even glued, it's just fitted there because that's all you need. And I think I'm going to lay it right here like this instead of the other way. Always make sure that this here is in the 110. See, 220, 110. Most of the time, remember, this can go to do either Europe or American Standard. But years ago, I bought these little clips that can go right here with the screw. So I can go ahead and I can put a screw there and a screw here, just like that, can mount it. And then I'm going to use little screws to mount this here. And then this is going to go to my negative and positive. So you can see this will be the neutral, the load, and the ground. And then these will be the positive. These 3 positive for the low voltage. I'm sorry, these 3 negative for the low voltage and positive for the low voltage, or these other 3. So we're going to go ahead and loosen up this guy here. And don't forget, the technique I have is, so we're doing a negative, that will be the blue and black. We're going to go on the left side. Put it on the left side, screw it in, and give it a little tug. Not so tight, guys. Give it a little tug, make sure it's staying put. Left side, snug it. Give a little pull, so then that's pretty good there. Now what we want to do is put this cord through the hole down here. It's a snug one because we don't want bugs coming in through there. I'm going to go ahead and strip this off a little bit. It's a light cut. Sure that there's no nicks. Now I'm going to go ahead and just make them even. And now I'm going to go ahead and strip these guys. You don't want it too long. You don't want it exposed. I'm going to go ahead and twist it clockwise. And we want to put green to ground. Right here, we're going to put green to ground. Make sure it's snug. Put the cap down. That's all set and secure. Now eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tie wrap and tie it here after I have a nice location, just so I don't want nobody pulling it. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 screws there. Find 2 screws. That's why the wood. Supply, you got your controller. This is going into your, this is your input, your 12 from your DC into here, and that's what we got now. And then this is goes to our LED lights, and then there's our cord that gets plugged in. This thing is secure. This ain't going nowhere. I bought this raft, $5, Five Below, 36-inch raft, so I can go ahead and put my tools on it when I'm in the water. So this is the view from the underside that we're going to go ahead and do. So there's my raft with all my tools, so I'll be able to work on it and follow me around. So let's go check it out. So what I ended up doing was drilling 3/4 of an inch hole on the bottom strut, just so I can pass through the LEDs, which I'll show you tomorrow. I gotta go because as you can see, this weather's coming. Tomorrow's another day. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. So today is tomorrow, and here we are again. Beautiful day. Well, yesterday was nasty. So now this is the box, remember, that we put up here. And so what I'm doing is I'm putting a jet line just so I can have it go, and I'm doing something different this time. What I'm doing is having it so it's a loop, and I'm creating these little loops here so I can bug into it when I put my low voltage wire. So the box is going to come through here, the box starts here, the wire will come down, I'm going to go to the designation where my LED will start, button it all up, then I'll know how much to cut, and I got to do that. Since I only have one box, I cannot run multiple wires at the same time. So I'm figure gotta be creative. I do have a helper today, and that helper is cheap. It's my wife. She's gonna be helping me out, and the tie is a little higher this time because I left that above the water about 6 to 8 inches, and you can see it's about almost 12 inches high. Well, something to deal with. Anyways, let me go ahead and do the other box when it comes to this jet line, and then I'm going to change into my bathing suit and jump in.
Okay, so Clem, what are you doing?
So I'm putting these little plastics. It's going to hold on the LED to it, but in addition I'm actually going to put some more hold downs, but at least this will help me to put the LEDs real quick. So the only problem that I'm having here is the current, and some areas it's just slightly a little deep. My partner, she's keeping an eye of any fins in the area, and any tails, like gator tails and sharks. Now there are fins, but they're dolphins. That I can deal with.
And stingrays, but those are cute.
Yeah, stingrays are right.
Yeah, they just like to flap around and play.
Never had an issue with it.
All right, we'll check in later.
So as you can see, all the LEDs kind of hanging, and as they get closer I'll clean it up. But this is what I've been doing here. I've been drilling this hole here 3/4 of an inch. I'm putting these plastics all along this beam here, as you can see, and that's going to hold my LED until I put another screw. Okay, so now we ran the wires through, and these are 4 wires, 2 per each section. So we're labeling it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 12. So we did 1 and 2 and 11 and 12, and it's labeled here. So we got 1 and 2, 11 and 12. So you got all 4 wires, pretty much the same distance. Now I did cut that loop string that I did in order to the jet line. I'm going to leave it here in case I do need to feed wire in the future. So now I'm going to strip this. Now I'm stripping this here, and about 1/2 inch. I could have plenty. I'm going to take number 1 and 2 together and just pair them up, yellow to yellow, blue to blue. Make sure that you do a nice tight twist, and it goes clockwise. And the reason why we do clockwise is if you were to put a wire nut, the wire nut, you have to go clockwise. If you don't, if you go counterclockwise, it will never grab your wire. So there you go. These 2 just became 1. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm going to go black to black. I'm putting a gray wire nut. The problem is I don't have enough gray ones, so I might have to go to orange. And if I do, I'm just going to double the wire there, bend it over, so have something to bite. I use these orange wire nuts, but because of it I had to fold back the wire so I have something to bite, otherwise it would slip right off. So I went ahead and connected it. You can see, not sure if you guys can see that there's a green light right there, and then there's a blue light right there. So everything's on. I hear the fan on. So let me go ahead and take you guys downstairs. So the lights are on. We went ahead and put some with nails and some with screws in order to hold it. So Kimberly's got the controls, and we can see that it's all working. She's actually changing colors right now. Ultimately we're going to leave it in green because that's what we want to just to kind of attract the fish, and it's going to come automatically. So I believe you guys can see it. So, and then this is what I did. I put the wires out of the way. I ran it through here, and I did something unique. This is a unique stuff. So I took a 6 ounce water bottle, cut it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Put the wires in and load it up with silicone. Even though my wire nuts have silicone, I added silicone through here just to kind of give it more longevity so it'll last longer. So, not sure if you guys can see that. So, it's just full of silicone. In case the water comes up the deck, supposedly this water, the tie comes above the deck, at least that'll be protected. This is solid. To inject it, it's a little bit more expensive. So like that, the LEDs don't get messed up. Alright, so they're changing the same colors. Alright guys, we're here back for day 3 in order to finish off 64 more feet to putting the LED lights on. So I'm going to go ahead and take this panel, open this panel in order so we can go ahead and run the wires. I make sure that I put extra caulking on the wire nuts that are at the end, which I did previously, but I just added some more just in case. It's a beautiful day, and we should be done here hopefully in less than 2 hours. All right, so I just plugged it in, and you probably can see, oh no, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a green light right here. But another indication is a blue light right there, blue light right there, so they got powers going on. So before I put the lid on, I'm going to go downstairs and check it out. boat came by, so it's kind of wavy. I'm going to show you. Okay, we're going to show you right when we came out. So this is one of our chases. This is one of our chases right here. Came out, we split up. This is that silicone thing I did with the cup loaded with silicone, even the connectors, even though it's waterproof, I want to make sure. I ran my wires down this pipe, and then I had my old connectors here that I ran my wires through. As you can see, Kimberly's right now changing the colors. I think you're in green right now. Let's just leave it like that. Yep. So we're gonna come back tonight in order to check it out to see what it looks like at nighttime, because I think it's gonna glow. And so because it gets dark later on, I think it'll be best if I come around 9 o'clock at night. That's if the client will let me do that. So I don't think that will be a problem. If you guys have any questions in regards to LED lighting, just put it in the description below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, just so you kind of have an idea, if you're interested in this type of LED, which is waterproof, solid injected, it's about $135 a roll. It's expensive, like I said before, but it's super bright and it's going to last longer, especially for outdoor environment. It's none of this cheap stuff that you buy in Amazon. So it's about 135 plus tax, and it's 16.3 feet, and I think it's 92 point something wattage per roll. So it is bright. And when it comes to the power supplies, again, it is a 24 volt. We can do a 24 volt power supply, and your wire is a 22.4, or you can do a 22.5 because it is RGB white. But we're not worrying about the white because all she wants is the green light for outside. So guys, if that's of interest, text me, DM me, and I can go ahead and give you the information where you can buy it. This is a customer that fell in love with the job that I did 3 years and about 7 or 8 months ago. She went ahead and asked me to go ahead and triple it. So I wouldn't be surprised if she asked me to add more. Anyways, guys, thank you for following my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Check out the rest that we have, the rest of the videos, and we'll see you next time.